My experiences seeing the Dalai Lama. I have seen him twice in my lifetime, like in person, where I go to a big thing and he talks, right? And then once in a wax museum. Obviously not him, but his wax figure. I was so excited. I was like giddy posing next to it. Who does that? Anyway, so I like the Dalai Lama. I don't know if there's any real secret about that. I'll tell you about the 2 times I saw him. The first time, for my sister's birthday, her husband was amazing, and he told her you could do anything you want with 2 of your sisters, because we have a zillion siblings, right? And so she's like, okay. So she chose me and my other sister. Cool, huh? And we got to go to Oregon and see the Dalai Lama. How awesome, right? Just doing that. Anyway, so we went there, and not only was it wonderful to have time with my sisters, because I mean, there's nothing to me. I love living with my sisters. I love being with my family. Just Anyway, so it was wonderful. But on top of that, we got to go and see Oregon. We went to Oregon, and it's beautiful. It's amazingly beautiful. It's green. It's lush. It's just precious, right? And we got to go eat tons of food, because, you know, food. And then we went and they talked about the environment. It was a really brilliant guy, and I'm so sad because I should know his name, because he did such a good job. He's talking about our environment, about, you know, keeping this world healthy, because we're just borrowing it from our kids, right? And here we are just letting things go away. When I was younger, I was in the ecology club, and I learned a lot then. And as I've gotten older, I've gotten somewhat lazy sometimes. I really have, which I think we all do. But then I try and always correct myself. So I loved the message. I love that he's saying, take care of the earth, take care of your kids, you know, do better, be better. Also, the Red Hot Chili Peppers were there, and they performed like a concert after. It was so amazing, because here I am with my sisters. We've kind of like matured a little bit, and we're looking at these cute, sweet, old Tibetan women and men, and I mean, just adorable. And Red Hot Chili Peppers is playing. It was wild. But the time that the Dalai Lama was speaking, I loved it. He wasn't pretentious. He wasn't a know-it-all. He just kind of chilled. He played around. He valued children. Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers was there, and he had his kid. And, you know, the Dalai Lama was super nice and just kind. And you didn't get any arrogant tone or anything. It was just nice. And he just talked. It was not some deeply planned out this or that. He just said, you know, let me think about what I think about this. And I liked that. I think his meditation habits are amazing. And I believe that that's part of what makes him able to come up with some profound sayings or thoughts or inspiration, or, you know, whatever on the theme at the time, because he's taken this time to, you know, really be inspired by himself in that meditation process. He inspires me to do it. I'm as good as I am at meditation. I'm not saying I'm great, bad, or whatever. I am where I am, right? But I do appreciate his, and wow, that's some major goals, right? So it was wonderful to hear him. He was peaceful, he was fun. The entire area, I loved it. The people in line were kind. I liked that he didn't want waste. He didn't want like straws or lids, or I can't remember what it was, but he was like, no, it's not necessary. You don't have that here, you know? How cool is that, that you can make a regulation to not ruin the earth while you're talking about it? That I thought was really cool. So anyway, everyone that went to this, it seemed like everyone was being kind and doing nice things for other. I think there's this like this feeling like, hey, I'm gonna go see the Dalai Lama. I probably shouldn't be pushy and mean or anything, you know? So it was kind of a cool, like, the power of suggestion to so many people can really make like the ambiance, right? They also had all these things for sale, so you could go out. I know I bought a bunch of things from these Tibetan nuns for something, I can't even remember. Anyway, I bought it. It's like a donation also, but it was really cool. It was a good experience. I was able to give it to friends and family, right? Also got some scarves. While we were there, they gave us each these beautiful white scarves. I'll actually get it in a minute. That we were able to say, hey, you know, we got this. It has the 8 symbols of Buddhism on them. Just wonderful. It was such an excellent experience. I couldn't have asked to go with better people. My sisters, not only did we have this like peace and good, wonderful feeling, but we also got to experience Oregon, which was really cool and kind of like a hippie thing, and I loved it. So that was my first time. The second time, let me come back. I'm gonna go get that scarf for you. Okay, so I went and got the awesome scarf. So this is what we got when we saw the Dalai Lama. Now, I think you can see they're nicely, lightly printed on there. It's 8 auspicious symbols of Buddhism. So we have the right coiled, the conch shell. We have, I think it's an eternal knot on there, the umbrella, the victory banner. Where are we? Victory banner. The knot here, I think, is the lotus. We've got the fish, the goldfish. This is the Dharma wheel. And I'm trying to see here. Is this the victory banner? Did we already go over that? Or is it could be the vase on there. Anyhow, very awesome. I know I'm crinkling it up, but I actually have it hanging in my living room. It's kind of cool. I have it hanging between the colored versions. So that was from the time we saw the Dalai Lama. This is from when I lived in China. I got the cool colored versions. So I have a yellow one and a red one. So kind of cool. You can see them a lot better, right? Here's my yellow. And then the red. So I actually have these hanging up in my living room because it reminds me of the time that I spent with my sisters and saw the Dalai Lama. And I think they're very pretty. So we've got these. Kind of cool. So on to the second time that I saw the Dalai Lama. Well, I was already in the hospital, so I think if you know all my other videos, you know that I was in the hospital. Well, actually, if you know about my pregnancy story, I guess. I was in the hospital for a little bit before I had my son, about a month or so. So there were 2 times that I was actually admitted, though. So the first time I was admitted, we went through all the stuff, but they released me. And because we had booked tickets to go see the Dalai Lama's 80th birthday, and we had rented a car. I mean, did everything before all of this, right? We didn't know we were gonna have like such a crazy pregnancy. So we got it all ready, and then I'm admitted into the hospital like a week or so before, and we're like, what do we do? So my friend was visiting, I think it was in Orange County at the time. She was visiting there, and I said, hey, if you want these tickets, they're yours. You're there. She's like, sorry, I can't use them. I was like, oh no, you know. So I was talking to the doctors and the nurse, and by some amazing chance, my husband said, I'm not going to return the car. I'm not going to return the tickets. Let's just see how this pans out. I'm like, okay, but they kind of said it's like no end date for me to stay in here. So he's like, let's just see. So I talked to the doctors and they let me out. I had to promise up and down that I would not do anything more than bed rest when I was, you know, able. Go to see the Dalai Lama for his 80th birthday, which was awesome, and then go right back to bed. I did absolutely everything they said. Got out of there. My husband picked me up. We went home. I think I had things with me, I'm not sure. Maybe showered, and we drove down. We checked into a hotel. We were able to see the Dalai Lama the next day and left. The time to see the Dalai Lama, again, it was just this amazing ambience. Oh, I have to actually go back a little bit. when you pull up there, there were people who are completely protesting and just angry with the Dalai Lama. And I get that. I mean, everyone has something about some religion. I'm not kidding. I'm just not even gonna like refute that. But they were pretty angry and, you know, he's done this, he's done that. I don't see it. I don't agree with him. But I guess it was something for them to do at the time. I don't know. So I was a little shocked. I was like, wow, that's a little unnerving. I mean, he generally brings me peace. I don't see him doing many horrible things. I believe religion in and of itself can do plenty, but not this, you know? So I realized that I didn't talk about some of the things in the second, I guess, scene of the Dalai Lama. A couple things I just wanted to let you know. It was beautiful. Some parts of it were just amazing. When they were singing Happy Birthday to the Dalai Lama, it was led by Michaelfranti, and it was beautiful. I called my sister. I started to do like a little video of it. And then after I called her, and I was like near tears because I seriously love him. And I was introduced to loving him from my sister and her friends, so it's kind of cool. He also sang the song Once a Day, which is about giving love and hugs and compassion. It was just beautiful. I loved it. Maybe it was pregnancy emotions. I don't know, but I seriously loved that part of it. Another thing that was really sweet is I actually got a little video where there was actually a video of Desmond Tutu and his wife, and they sang Happy Birthday to the Dalai Lama. And the cool thing is that at that current time, they were co-authoring a book. I think it's the Book of Joy, I think that's the title. Anyway, I want to get it and read it soon. It sounds awesome. Very peaceful, loving, and wonderful. So that was something I just wanted to quickly share. There were actually a lot of really cool things in that show. Michaelfranti being one, me calling my sister pretty much in tears because it was so awesome and touching and moving. And what was so sweet is you could tell, like, the Dalai Lama, like, he's pretty cool with everyone, whatever, but he really loved Michaelfranti. It was like so sweet. It was like endearing, like he was looking at like a sweet kindred soul. I just loved that. That was probably like my favorite because it was like the same vibe, wavelength, peace, kindness, happiness shared by both of them. Anyway, that was my follow-up. I had to say it because it was super touching, and I was looking at old pictures and things from that time because I was going to add them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even mention this. So anyhow, beautiful, loving, wonderful. I'm going to add the pictures now. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my times that I saw the Dalai Lama. They were wonderful for me, and I hope you can actually see him someday too, because he is pretty amazing. Or even just listen to his talks, or I think there's a Netflix 10 questions for the Dalai Lama. I've seen it like multiple times. It's amazing, super wonderful. Thank you, and please subscribe to my channel. Yeah, it's a channel, so please subscribe so I can do more videos for you. Thanks.